Hi everyone. Hi, my name is Bia Sandhu Taneja and I'm the founder of Parafait Image Consulting. And I would like to thank Arpana Agarwal, the founder and president of Wonder Women Connect, to very graciously let me come and speak to this dynamic group that we have. And I've also recently become a member of. So thank you so much, Arpana, for getting me on board. And before I start, I would just like to tell you a little bit about myself. Arpana did introduce me in the poster that I'm the founder of Parafait Image Consulting. I'm a grooming and etiquette expert. I'm a corporate trainer, but my forte is basically pageant mentoring. I have done a lot of pageant mentoring for huge pageants in India like Femina Mrs. Stylista, Savvy Mrs. India, to name a few. And I have also and I still am the national director for a lot of international pageants in Italy, in the UK, I'm also the national director for Mrs. Universe. So, yes, I have been involved with the pageants in a huge, huge way. However, my passion is grooming. My passion is making people feel good about themselves. And great, so many people here. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining. And today I'm here basically to talk about why, as women, we like to look good, we like to look stylish. Of course, etiquette, a very important part of how you project yourself. So I'm also here to answer any questions that any one of you have, or you feel at the, just keep typing in your questions on the side, and I will keep answering them. Hi, Arpana. Good to see you here. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Umang. Hi, Cherry. Hi, Minakshi. Lovely. We've got a huge lot of people who are on already. So I'm going to start now. And if you feel you have any questions, please, just keep, like I said, typing in questions. And I'll make sure before I finish my session in the next 1 hour, I do answer all your questions. This session is also going to be recorded. So if you have any questions at the end of the session, please, again, you can type in your questions there. And like I said, I'm more than happy to help you. So now, before we start, whenever we want to look good in front of people or we want to present a positive image in front of people, there are a few things which we need to keep in mind. Okay, so as an image consultant or as a grooming and etiquette expert, whenever clients come to me, the three, four most important things which they need to keep in mind if they want to look good or if they want to project a positive image in front of someone. Number one is their appearance. Their appearance needs to be well groomed, it needs to be positive. Okay, so appearance is number one, your behavior is number two. Your communication skills. How are you projecting yourself? How are you communicating with people? Are you being able to put your point across in the right way? Is a very, very important part of how people will perceive you. So, communication definitely non-verbal and verbal. By non-verbal, I also mean your body language. Your body language needs to be very, very positive if you want to project a positive image in front of people. Your also your digital footprint. Now that is something I will come to later. So if I am here on this session today, I'm a new member of this session. This is probably my first session with Wonder Women Connect. You must have been seeing some of the videos that I have been putting up on the group and on the page as well every week. But if you see me talking, it's live. It's very different to if you see me in those videos. Now, if I want to project a positive image in front of you when you're listening to me, unfortunately, it is a virtual world for the time being. So if I want to project a positive image in front of you, I need to make sure that I create a good first impression in front of you. Now, first impression is something which is formed in the first 3 to 5 seconds when you are face to face with someone, or in this case, when I'm sitting in front of you. So, for all of you who are watching me right now, most of you have probably already created an impression about me based on my ABCD, which is my appearance, my behavior, my communication skills, and my digital footprint. Okay. So, your digital footprint is basically how you present yourself on social media, an extremely, extremely important aspect in today's day and age. That how do you project yourself on social media? The kind of pictures that you put up on social media, how do you put up those pictures, the kind of comments that you write, the kind of content that you come up with, and who do you put up those pictures with? What are the kind of comments? Are they negative? Are they positive? All this in today's day and age plays a huge role in how you are projecting a image in front of people. So, if your appearance, your behavior, your communication skills, your etiquette, and your digital footprint is in place, you will automatically start forming a positive impression in front of people. Now, let's get to the most interesting bit, which is the appearance. Now, as women, we all love appearance and we love to appear good. We like to appear positive. We like to appear the best versions of ourselves. Now, today, because even though I'm sitting in the comfort of my home, but I'm still making an effort to dress up for this session. Why am I doing that? I'm doing that because I want to create a positive impression through my appearance. I don't want anyone to feel that, oh, I'm sitting at home, so I can just walk in my pajamas. No. Even though we're sitting at home in this virtual world, appearance is something which needs to be top class all the time, especially when you're a woman. You would be judged. You would definitely be judged on your appearance. Now, appearance means you have to bring out the best version of yourself. Now, each one of us is a unique individual. Each one of us is unique in our own way. So, we as women need to embrace our positives and counter effect the negatives. Now, I suppose as Indian women, we have five important different body types. Okay, so we have, God has given us different kind of colors and skins and body types, and probably our fingers, our feet, our neck, our eyes, everything is different. Our hair texture, everything, color, everything would be different. But the most important part, what I always tell my clients, the most important thing is to understand yourself, is to understand what you need to embrace about yourself, and what is that one thing that you need to celebrate about yourself, and what is that one thing that you need to camouflage about yourself. Now, let me give you as my role model here. Let me speak for myself as my role model here. Now, if we talk about different body types in a woman, my body type is a diamond body type. So if I have a diamond body type, my body is not perfect. I am not perfect, but I project the best version of myself, of my body type. How do I do that? By embracing, by celebrating my assets. Okay, now let me explain what a diamond body type is to you. A diamond body type is exactly like a diamond shape, which means that your body type is narrow on top, it's narrow at the bottom, but it's well rounded in the middle. Now, if you have this kind of a body type, a diamond body shape, then you need to, your assets basically are your shoulders. Okay, you've got a narrow part of your upper body. Your legs are narrow as well, which means that the lower part of your body is your assets. Your legs become your asset as well, and your middle portion becomes the variation. We call it a variation. We don't say it's not a good part or it's an ugly part or that part of your body is not nice. No, we call it a variation. But we call it a variation because it is something that you can play around with. Even though it is a variation, but we can correct it visually the way you dress up. Now, for example, like I said, if I'm a diamond body type, I will always wear dresses or trousers or tops which are not very tight around my stomach. Common sense, right? Because if I wear something very tight, or if I start wearing tucked in shirts, or I wear a dress or a skirt which is very tight around my stomach, I am not doing justice to my body. So I need to wear a lot of A-line dresses. I need to wear a lot of flared outfits. I can wear jackets. Jackets work really well for me. Layering works really well for any kind of jacket. If you wear any shrug or a bolero or anything on top of it, it works really, really well for you. So the main thing to understand about your body type is know what your assets are, know what your variations are, and then try and visually balance them out. Now, the second most common type of body shape in India is the triangular body shape. The triangular body shape is exactly like a triangle. So it's narrow on top and it's broad at the bottom. So what are the assets of a triangular body type? Now, if you have a triangular body type, it means that you're very narrow on top. You have a well-defined waistline and the lower part of your body is very, very, it's not very big, but it's just proportionally large compared to the upper part of your body. Now, how are you going to dress or style this body to bring out the best version of this body type? Simple logic again. You try and balance it out. So you will take all the focus to the upper part of your body because that has your asset areas. And you will take all the focus away from the lower part of your body. The upper part of your body is your shoulders, your well defined waistline. So wear halters, wear scooped necklines, wear sleeveless, wear deep bateaus, wear tight fitted dresses which are tight around the waist and then they flare down. With trousers, do not wear very bright colored trousers. Do not wear patterned trousers. At the bottom, you need to wear dark colors, straight lines so that it makes you look slimmer. But on top, just focus everything to your face, to your upper part, which is your shoulders and your waistline. Now, what do you do with the opposite side, which is the inverted triangular body type? With the inverted triangular body type, it's exactly the opposite to the triangular body type. So if you feel that your body is yeah, it's big on top and it's small, so it's actually like this and like that. So you are very narrow at the bottom but you've got huge shoulders, you're big on top. Now, how do you deal with a body type like that? What you need to do is exactly the opposite of what you do for a triangular body type. So you take all the focus to the lower part of the body, wear all the patterns, wear all the colors, wear whatever you want in your trousers, your skirts, anything, your even to your shoes, whatever you want. Take the focus to the lower part of the body. However, try and not keep the focus to the upper part of the body, which means that your halters, sleeveless is a big no-no. Your fancy necklines is a big no-no because that again will take the focus to the upper part of your body. You try and wear dark colors on top. Try wearing not very light and printed, prints on top. Try and keep it very simple and basic on top and try and take all the focus to the lower part of the body. I hope you girls are enjoying that because this is something that we all kind of look forward to, especially when we go shopping, especially when we want to style ourselves, or when you open your cupboard and you're like, okay, I've got so many clothes. What am I going to wear? These little tips definitely go a long way. The most important thing, like I said, is to understand your body type. Now, at the end of this, I'm also going to help you to understand how you can actually, sitting at home, understand your body type. Okay, let me talk about the other two body types before I do that. So the fourth body type is the rectangular body type. The rectangular body type is a very athletic-like body type, which is absolutely straight. Basically, in the athletic body type or the rectangular body type, you have no curves. It's a very straight body. So what you need to do visually through your outfits, through the styling that you will create in your clothes, you need to create curves in your body. So the best thing for rectangles are belts. For rectangular body shape are belts. They work really, really well with your rectangle body type. Also, you can create curves by a different layer. Layering will automatically create curves. You can also play around with necklines. You can play around with lines, ruffles. Ruffles is a big thing nowadays in the styling world. So try and wear a lot of ruffles because that will automatically create, and jackets, like I said, work really well with the rectangular body type because it gives a lot of layering and curves to your body. Now, last but not the least is the hourglass figure. How many of us wish that we had the hourglass figure? But unfortunately, God is not so kind to all of us. All of us are not going to get the hourglass figure. So, what we can do is try and flaunt. If you have a hourglass figure, you are blessed. Try and flaunt every part of your body. So, what happens in hourglass figure is that your waist is extremely well defined, and the upper part and the lower part of your body is well rounded. Okay, so if you've got a hourglass figure, like I said, you're totally blessed. Flaunt all the outfits. The most important thing to remember if you have an hourglass figure is the fit of your outfits. Okay, the fit of the outfits has to be absolutely immaculate, because if the fit of the outfit is not good, it can totally kill the look of your outfit. So make sure that it is really well fitted, and by your outfits, I also mean your undergarments. It is something which, a lot of women take for granted, but trust me, especially if you are wearing tight fitting clothes, the fitting of your undergarments is far more important than the fitting of your outer garments. So please do remember, for that matter, any outfit that you're wearing, your fit of your undergarments and your outfits is extremely, extremely important. Now, I'm going to be telling you how, sitting in the comfort of your home, you can actually figure out what your body type is. Now that I've talked about the five most common body types. Okay, we've got some new people coming in, lots of people who've joined us now. So, ladies, please shoot your questions. Hi, Komal, I can see some familiar faces here. Thank you, Minakshi, and lots of people here, Ritu and Sushma. So thank you everyone for logging in, and I hope this session is finding you some value. Hi, Swati, how are you? Yes, good to see you again. Hi, Shalini. Okay, so we've got a lot of people coming up here. Okay, now, so like I said, that if we are sitting in the comfort of our homes, how can you decipher? How can you figure out what kind of body type you have? Okay, very easy, very simple. First of all, before you go stand in front of the mirror, make sure that you wear your clothes. Now, the thing is that you need to make sure it's the same colored outfit that you're wearing. So my suggestion is wear a full sleeved black t-shirt with a plain black trouser. Okay, because what happens with that is that if you have the same color and it's tight fitted, your full variations and your assets of your body are clearly visible to you. You could even go with white if you want. You could also wear a plain white t-shirt, which is a plain white, full sleeved plain white t-shirt with white colored trousers. Just remember, it should be the same color, because then it looks totally even from here to the bottom of your legs. And if you go stand in front of the mirror and look at yourself, you would be able to tell what your body type is. Like I said, the diamond body type, the triangle body type, the inverted triangle body type, the rectangle body type, and the hourglass figure. In India, the triangle body type is the most commonly found body type, and I've already explained to you very simple what the body types are. However, if you have any questions regarding these when you figure out what your body type is, please feel free to call me or message me here, and I'm more than happy to help you. Thank you, Minakshi. Thank you, Ritu. Thank you so much. And it's lovely to see you all here. Radhika Khanna is asking, what about heavy upper arms? Okay, so if you have heavy upper arms, hi Radhika, lovely to see you here. So if you have heavy upper arms, basically your upper arms are a variation. They are not your asset. So you need to do anything to try and camouflage your upper arms. Now, if you have upper arms, I always tell everybody it doesn't mean that you have to hide them. It doesn't mean that you run away from anything which is. So if you feel that they are heavy, you can probably avoid sleeveless, but you could wear mega sleeves. So mega sleeves will kind of cover at least that much, or maybe till here, or even till here, so that it covers it. And then again, make sure that it's not very tight fitted from your upper arms. It should be a little loose. Again, try and wear dark colors. Don't wear very light colors. If you feel you have heavy upper arms, stay away from light colors on top. Take all the colors to the lower part of your body and try and stick to the navy blues and the blacks and the dark browns, maybe those kind of colors, which visually make our different parts of the body look slimmer. Okay. Now I have a lot of people who also ask me, which is a very common phenomena with women. I don't know why we all women always want to look. You're welcome, Radhika. Now, why is it that women always want to look slimmer than what they already are? I think this is just something which is inherent in us. We are never happy with however thin we would be. We would still want to be slimmer. So most of my clients always ask me this question: how can I look thinner? Now, there are certain things, if you keep in mind, a few tips that I would give you would definitely help you look a little slimmer than what you already are. In other words, bring out the best version of you. Okay. Now, the most important thing, of course, we all know that black and darker colors make us look slimmer. It's a universal known fact. So try and wear darker colors. Now, believe it or not, but even the fabric of the outfit that you're wearing can really make you look bigger or smaller than what your actual size is. I'll give you a small example. The other day, I was wearing a linen sari. Okay, I've recently become a big fan of saris. Now, a linen sari is something which ideally I shouldn't have worn with a diamond body type, because the fabric, it was a beautiful sari that I was wearing, but the fabric, that linen fabric, is very thick. So the minute if somebody like me wears a cotton or a linen fabric, it will make me look bigger than my actual size. So actually what I should be wearing, because I have a diamond body type and the area around my stomach is probably the biggest part of my body, so I need to wear, of course, ideally dark saris, so that when I drape them around me, my stomach gets hidden or gets camouflaged. And also wear thin fabric saris. So crepe works beautifully with most body types, especially in hourglass figure. I would definitely suggest a chiffon sari. I think they look absolutely stunning with our, it reminds you of the Yashraj films, Sri Devi, Juhi Chawla, all these beautiful women in those saris. I think that's absolutely stunning. And as Indian women, we all want to get there. But yes, if you have an hourglass figure, even if you have a triangular body type, I would say wear a chiffon sari, a very pliable material, because it's quite transparent. So, if you have uh, a good waist, you can always flaunt it. But somebody like me who has a diamond body type, or even inverted triangular, would probably be bigger around the middle area. So avoid wearing very thin fabrics. But crepe goes really well. Crepe is so very thick or very thin are not a good idea with us when we talk about saris. But something which is in between, like a crepe, I said, works really well for our body types. Okay, hi Kavita, hi Sonali. Any more questions, girls? Because I'm going to be moving on to the next, bit that I want to talk about. So if you have any more questions right now about your body types, or any question that you'd like to know on how to style your body types, please do ask me. Okay, so in case you have any questions, like I said, please put them up later. I'll be more than happy to help them. Now I'm going to be talking a little bit about colors. Now, you also know styling, colors play a huge, huge role. What happens with colors is, how many times have you girls stepped out and somebody said, oh my God, this is so your color. This color suits you so much. This color is so good on you. It looks beautiful on you. Why you should wear this more often. A lot of us have heard that, right? So why do we hear that? Why is it that some people say, oh, this is your color and you look better in this color. You should wear more of this color. Because it means that you are from that particular color wheel part. Okay, by that I mean that we have a universal color wheel which has your, your basic colors of red, yellow, and green, and then of course the whole color wheel with mix and match and amalgamation of all the different colors. But if you want to understand colors very, very basically, as a layman, this is for you to understand. If you want to understand what colors suit you and what colors don't suit you, especially when you're going out shopping, when you want to go and buy some outfits, or you want to probably, go to your tailor and you want to get something stitched for the festive coming season coming up now, you want some colors which you feel are really, really going to suit you, you're going to love this. So we have something known as warm tones, cool tones, and neutral tones. Now, warm coals, like I said, in the color wheel, we've got the whole color, thing happening there. So on one side, you have the warm colors, and on the other side, you have the cool colors. So the warm colors are your red, your yellow, your orange. All these colors are your warm colors. And the cool colors are your blues, your greens, your purple, all of this becomes your cool colors. And of course, black and white are neutral colors. Black and white always suit everybody depending on, what the day and what the mood is. We wear what we want to. But with colors, it's important to know that you need to understand if you are warm toned or if you are cool toned. Okay. So if you are warm toned, that means that you do you see this? Okay, so I don't know how many of you can see this clearly, but I want all of you, whoever's here, to look at your wrists very, very carefully. And once my session is over, please go see this in the sun because the sun gives you the best view of this. Now, if you notice at your wrist, you all have certain colored veins. Now, those veins are either green or they are blue. It's as simple as that. So, if you have green veins, that means you are warm toned. If you have bluish veins, that means you are cool toned. Okay, so if you have green veins, please wear more of red, more of orange, more of yellow, more of the warm colors, even shades of brown, the warm browns, they will really, really suit you. If you are feeling that your veins are more towards the blue side, then you are cool toned. In that case, you need to wear more of your blues, your purples, your sorry, I said green for the other one. No, 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 no. So it's red, orange, or yellow, and green is definitely on the other side. So also, if some of you notice, you would see that some of you might feel that your veins are both green and blue. They are bluish greenish. So some of us do have veins which are bluish greenish. Sometimes they look a bit green, sometimes they look a bit blue. Now, in that case, what do you do? Well, you are absolutely blessed because if you are neutrally toned, which means that both your wrists are bluish greenish, that means you can carry off any color with aplomb. It means that any color that you wear is going to look absolutely fabulous on you. Okay. So also you must have seen as Indians, we wear so much of gold jewelry, especially where I live in Bangalore, down south, people love their gold jewelry. Now, as Indians also, we tend to bend more towards warm tones than cool tones. If you see in India, we wear a lot of gold, whereas outside in Europe and, the Western culture, they were more of silver because that's how we are genetically made. We are more warm toned and they are genetically more cool toned. Okay, so similarly now when you go looking around for jewelry, please make sure that you keep this in mind, whether you are cool toned or you are warm toned, because I always do that and it really, really does make a difference. I know I'm 100% warm toned, although I'm wearing a blue neck piece today, which is on the cool tone side. But I'm not saying that don't wear, if you're warm toned like me, stop wearing blue, stop wearing green, stop wearing purples. No, don't do that, but it's just that if you are evaluating your wardrobe and if you're looking for an occasion, if you're looking for a wedding maybe, or if it's a special occasion in your life, please make sure that you go by what your tone is, whether you're warm toned and or cool tone. Trust me, when you look at your pictures, you will see that you will see the difference in the pictures, that if you're warm toned, I always see that because I'm warm toned, whenever I'm wearing a red or a pink or an orange, or even a yellow for that matter, or any of the brown shades, I always feel my pictures come out better. I look more vibrant in the pictures. However, if you are cool toned, it'll be the same thing with you. You will, but with the blues and the purples, I don't feel it brings out the best of me. So this is one tip which definitely I promise you all will love. So please go ahead whenever you're going to shop now for your festive season coming up, or when you're going to buy your jewelry or any bag or anything for that matter, please make sure you keep this in mind. Okay, thanks, Neeti. Thank you, Ritu. Thanks, Arpana. I'm glad you girls are liking the session. Like I said, my sessions are always fun because this is something that, we all as women love. I love shopping. All women love shopping. All women love clothes. All women love makeup. All women love jewelry. And that's exactly what this talk is all about. So I don't see any reason as to why you won't like this session. Okay, so now that I have spoken about the body types, now let's talk a little bit about jewelry in detail. Now, like I said, when you go shopping, make sure that you keep your warm toned, cool toned, or neutral toned, you're blessed, whatever you want to. Make sure that you have that in mind. Now, another thing to keep in mind when you are going for your accessory shopping is your face type. Now, if you notice carefully, if you all can see carefully here, my face type, if you just focus on my face here, can you see that my face is an oblong face? Okay, so which means that my face, if you draw it out, would be like a oblong. So what do you do with an oblong face? If I want to wear jewelry, okay, which kind of accentuates my face, which elevates my features, what are the kind of uh, earrings or neck pieces, bangles, and your other things don't matter, your rings don't matter, but yes, your neck pieces and your earrings, definitely you need to keep that in mind. Now, if you have an oblong face like I do, you have to make sure that you never wear long earrings. Always, can you see I'm wearing these? Although they are very small, but I'm still wearing rounded earrings. I would never wear something which is dangling long because that will visually make my face look longer. Okay. Now, similarly, I would again, because I have a oblong face, I need to wear something which is rounded around my neck. So because I'm wearing something which is rounded here, it is visually making my face look shorter. Now imagine if I was wearing something which was really long in my neck again, that would make my face look even longer. So similarly, we have different, face types. There are loads of different face types, but the most common face type or the most ideal face type, I would say, is the oval face shape. Oval face shape is like an oblong, but it's much smaller. So it means that you actually, like an egg. Your shape of the face is like an egg, which means that you can, if you have an oval face shape, you can actually carry off any piece of jewelry with real finesse. It means that any earrings that you wear, every neck pieces that you wear would really, really look good on you. Okay, now, for example, Kareena Kapoor. Kareena Kapoor has a square face. Please go notice, look at her face when you see her picture the next time. Her face is very, very obviously square. It's like this, and then she doesn't have too much of a cut in her face here. So it comes till here and then it gets cut here. Okay. So in that case, what you need to do is, because it's a square, again, you need to wear earrings which are rounded at the bottom. Okay. Anything which is opposite of. So similarly, because my face is long here, I need to wear things which are round. If I have a round face, if I have a totally round face, then I need to wear jewelry which is long. So if I have a round face, long earrings will look really, really good on my face because visually they take you the closest to the ideal shape, which is the oval face shape. Now, again, if I have a pointed, say, heart shaped face, which is very, very pointed, then I need to again wear a lot of rounded necklines. Now, also, a lot of rounded neck pieces. Also, another thing to remember when we are talking about jewelry is your necklines. Now, if you have a jewelry, or even when you're looking at, suppose you know you're going to get some outfits made for the festive season coming up now. Suppose you need to get some blouses done for your saris, or you need to get some suits done for your Diwali or Karwa Chauth. There's so much coming up now. So in that case, the kind of necklines that you have also plays a huge role, which is interconnected with your face type. Now, because I have an oblong face type, I should avoid wearing V-necks, because V-necks will make my face look longer. But if I wear something like this, like what I'm wearing right now, if you can see, I'm wearing a very little mild rounded neckline, and my neck piece is round as well. So in that case, I am visually making my face look smaller. But if my neck piece was long till here and this was a V-neck, my face in this camera that you can see right now would look even longer. Okay. Then if you have, say, a round, then if you have a round face shape, in that case, a V neck, like I said, works really well. A V will automatically take it close to an oval face shape and it will work. So a V neck, V t-shirts, or even a V neck blouse for your sari would work really well if you have a round face type. So now you need to decipher what your face types are, and based on that, if you have any questions, please do feel free to ask me. Okay, thank you. I'm glad everybody's enjoying the session. Thank you, Komal. Thank you, Sonali. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Arpana. Thank you. I'm glad you girls are liking this. Okay, so now that I've spoken so much about jewelry and about your body types and styling, why not talk about shoes and bags as well? We as women absolutely love our shoes and bags. I don't know any woman who doesn't like her shoes and bags. So talking about let's start with shoes first. Now, like I said, I also do a lot of corporate trainings, and it's very important to understand where to where should you wear what shoes, because a lot of people don't understand that. For example, peep toes. Okay, I love peep toes. I'm a big fan of peep toes. I wear a lot of peep toes. I possess a lot of peep toes. But peep toes is something I would not wear if I'm going for a formal corporate meeting. I would not wear peep toes, because if you're going for a formal meeting, in that case, always remember to wear court shoes, closed shoes, or even if you're not comfortable with heels, you can wear ballerinas, but make sure they are closed. It's very important to know where to wear what. Okay, so this is something which, so also there is something known as international style scale, which I will not get into today, because that is when you do your corporate trainings, that when you go for your corporate trainings, these are the four different levels which need to be maintained. But if you enter a corporate, a lot of you, I'm sure, are working women. A lot of you are going, maybe right now, of course, everybody's working from home, but there will be a time when you will get back to work. So please remember that when you are in a formal corporate environment, or even in a formal party for that matter, you need to make sure that you have a you're wearing closed shoes all the time. Okay. Now, of course, if you're going with friends, if you're going on holiday, chill. I mean, just wear whatever, wear sequins, wear beads, wear, whatever comfort, stylish, any kind of shoes. Also, yes, a lot of people do ask me if they can wear boots to a formal environment. Yes, you can wear boots to a formal environment. However, the thing to remember is that they should not be over the top. Don't wear jazzy shoes with too much of bling on them and all of that. As long as they're simple, understated boots, which are well refined and they've got good cuts, then you are allowed to wear them. But if they are super fancy, I would suggest keep them for a party and not for corporate work. Now, because I do a lot of pageant training, of course, a lot of girls ask me what is the ideal height to wear for heels. What is so ideally for pageants, when girls are walking on the ramp, they are supposed to wear at least 5 to 6 inches of heel. Okay, that's a lot. It's a lot. If you're not used to wearing 5 to 6 inches of heel, trust me, it is not easy to walk in them. But as simple people, as normal people in our day to day lives, it's good to wear heels because it always instantly lifts up your confidence. A lot of people do ask me this question as well. Why, what is the need to dress up? Why should we dress up? I do a lot of corporate trainings for these engineers here in Bangalore, and most of them are very laid back, and most of them even would probably come to in chappals to their office. So when I go to train them and they ask me, but why should we dress up? What is the need to dress up? Even Bill Gates never dressed up. We don't need to. So with me, what I tell them always is that dressing is very, very important because first of all, it instantly gives you confidence because you know you're looking good. The minute you dress up, you know you're looking good. So instantly you'll feel more confident. It's a feel good factor. It makes you feel good about yourself. And when, it's like a chain reaction. And when people start telling you that you're looking good, you start feeling good and positive about yourself. So I totally always recommend that you should dress up irrespective of the occasion. Always dress up, then dress down. Dressing up always goes in your favor. Dressing down can go against you. Okay, so again, a lot of interviews, when people go for interviews, the kind of outfits, I'm not going to get into that right now, but when you go for interviews, the kind of outfits that you wear are really important because that can again make or break your job that you're getting. So dressing definitely plays a very important role in every aspect of your life. Okay, so please, okay, I'm getting the address. I'm gonna please note your contact. Okay. So this is something different. I will, but anyway, if any of you have questions, okay, how do you know which face type one has? Well, you what you could do is you could send me your picture, and I'm always happy to look at your picture. Give me please do make sure you send me a close up, not where you're standing some 10 miles away, because then I would not be able to tell. So please make sure that you send, a very close up picture. I can look at your face shape and I can let you know what your face type is. And based on that, you can figure out what you'd like to wear. Okay. Now with bags also, again, very important to remember that if you are going to a formal environment, okay, maybe even a formal party, in the evenings I feel clutches work the best, because we as women don't need to carry our wallets, we don't need to carry anything besides our mobile phone and lipstick, to be honest, in today's day and age. So a clutch bag works perfect. If you're going out in the evening, get a nice fancy clutch bag. Now also my suggestion is, if you don't want to spend too much of money, just buy a nice bling fancy gold clutch and maybe a silver clutch or a multicolored clutch, which will go with everything. That way you don't have to have 10,000 different clutches in your wardrobe. Just have one or two basic ones which would go with everything, and you're sorted for your evening. If you have to step out in the morning, yes, if you're going out shopping, you're going out meeting your friends, you're going out for a coffee, then your big tote bags work really well. Or of course your those little um, boat bags which are really in nowadays, those go really well. However, again, if you're going for a meeting, a formal meeting, then I would say the structure of the bag also really matters. So the structure of the bag, if it is defined with straight lines, gives it a more formal look. So if you are a working woman and if you are looking at a bag for work, make sure that it is well structured, it's got straight lines, it looks very formal. And because the minute the lines, even in clothes, it happens, as we are taught about lines, fabric, texture, color, pattern, everything. So the minute the lines become flowy, the minute the lines start waving out, it automatically starts showing or projecting informality, the formality of the outfit or the object that you are viewing goes. Okay, so if you want to portray something as formal, try and keep straight lines. If you want it to be flowy and the lines are going to be decorative and flowy, then it just makes it more casual. Okay, so before I move on, any other questions? I've got another 15 minutes. So if you have any questions, please do let me know. Okay, so now I was thinking, before I move on to anything else, I'm going to talk very quickly, as you know, we are all women, so very quickly about the very, very basics of your everyday makeup. How would you do your basic? I'm not a makeup artist, so I'm not going to talk about makeup at all. I'm just talking about how to make sure that to be well groomed and to be well presented, how you can take care of your skin. Okay. So always follow the CTMP rule, which is cleansing, toning, moisturizing, and protection. If you have a dry skin, you to cleanse more. You can even use oils if you have a dry skin. If you have an oily skin, well, only recently I got to know from a dermatologist that even if you have oily skin, you can use oils, because nowadays you are getting special oils for oily skin. But make sure your skin is cleansed nicely and then moisturized every day. As you're growing older in age, it's very important. These two things are the most important steps to remember when you are wanting a good skin. And then, of course, the toning is important as well, because it helps you to, with anti-aging and all your blemishes and acne marks and everything. And then, of course, protection means that you use your sunscreen every day. Your sunscreen is something I tend to get a lot of freckles when I go out in the sun, so I have to use. In India, you can use up to SPF 35. We don't need more than SPF 35 for Indian skin, but I need to use much more than that because I get freckles. So if you have a very sensitive skin towards the sun, depends from person to person, please use more. But otherwise, ideally, all dermatologists say that in as Indian regular average people, SPF 35 is more than enough for us. Now, I don't know how many of you have been seeing these videos, and there have been so many of these promotions happening about the face rollers nowadays. So the face rollers are really, really good for your skin muscles. Apparently, when we, put cream on our face, we are only touching our skin, but we are not working on the muscles of our skin. To work on these muscles which are under your skin, which help, like we all go to the gym to work out, to, look younger, to feel younger. So similarly, if you work on these, on your facial muscles with these rollers, they help your skin to stay taut and stay younger. So it's a big rage nowadays. If you haven't seen it, please do go and follow. I can put some links at the bottom of this, and you can go and follow some, because I've recently bought a Clinique facial rotator, and it actually really helps your skin, because you just have to use it for about 2 to 3 minutes every day, and it works fantastically, because first of all, it cleanses your skin completely, and then after that it also works as a like a muscle rotator. So yeah, you actually feel at the end of it like each and every muscle in your face is tingling, and it's you feel definitely feel good about your face. So I'm sure it's a good investment for all of you. Okay. So since I did say that the session is about, somebody just said, I think they came in late. So this session was all about grooming and styling and etiquette. And I have covered most of, the styling and the body types and all of that we spoke about. So now I thought I'm going to talk about a little bit about social and dining etiquette. Now, for me personally, social etiquette is extremely, extremely important. I feel, especially in India, I feel we tend to take a lot of things when we are interacting socially, when we're socializing with people. We tend to take a lot of these things very, very casually. Okay. So I recently made a video on this, actually, on my page on Parafait Image Consulting, that I use these, I call them the 5 magic words. Now, these 5 magic words are extremely, extremely important, because they show how you are bred. They show how much you value people, how much socially, how dignified you are. And in today's day and age, when we're living in such negative times, it does create a lot of positivity. So for me, the most important word today is thank you. Okay, it's a very simple word where you are showing your gratitude towards people, but trust me, a lot of people don't use it. I have seen that so often. So please make sure that this is a very simple. I mean, you might think that I'm, trying to, but Believe you me, every time I talk about it, a lot of people say yes, a lot of people do take it for granted. So thank you definitely is one word which, is gives a lot of gratitude, and you will earn so much of gratitude from people. So the more thank you say, the more positive vibes you're going to get. Another thing is, I'm sorry. If you have made a mistake and you say sorry instead of saying that no, I haven't done it, or I'm not going to say sorry, again takes you a long, long way. I totally believe in that, that if you say sorry, it really, really, really goes a long, long way. Another word which I feel is really, really good is excuse me. Okay, excuse me is again, if you say bumping into someone even if it's done by mistake, just say excuse me. It's not the end of the world. And the most important word for me is please. Again, I'm still teaching this to my kids. My kids are only 7 and 9 next month, but I try and inculcate this, these words in them, that sorry, please, thank you. All these words are very, very important for you, and especially for everyone to understand that they just take you a long way. So don't hesitate in using these words. Please use these words as much as you can. Make them a very, very important part of your vocabulary, and believe you me, they will take you a long, long way. Okay. So this is something I want to talk about in terms of very basic etiquettes. Another thing nowadays is your mobile phones. Oh my God, are we all obsessed with our phones or not? I can tell you, I'm on the phone at least for 5 to 6 hours a day. Whether it's work related or it's my personal messages or whatever, we are all crazy about our phones. Now, if you're sitting at home, you're lounging on your bed, you're doing whatever, it's absolutely fine. Nobody's gonna stop you. Watch your phone. We've even started downloading movies on the phone, like we're always on the phone. But if you are socializing and if you're out of the house, for God's sake, unless it is a really, really important call or an emergency or a message, you can give that undivided attention to your friends when you're meeting them, maybe for 2 hours or 3 hours once in 3 months or 4 months. I know nowadays phones play have an even more important role because we are in touch with people only through phones and our social media handles and all of that. But this is when you are meeting somebody face to face. You ought to give them. They deserve your undivided attention. So please make sure that when you are, with them, you do give them your undivided attention. Okay. Another thing is that I like to talk about this all the time because, again, I feel this is something which in India, especially, is not taken seriously and we take it for granted. Now, if you are invited for a party, all of us are invited for parties, all of us are invited for occasions. Now, how many times do you know I have seen people do that personally? When somebody invites you for a wedding, you always take a gift. When somebody invites you for a dinner, you never take a gift. Why? Etiquette demands that if somebody has been gracious enough to host you, then you must always, always take something for them. I'm not saying it has to be an expensive gift. It can be a very small token of a gesture to say thank you. You could take flowers, you could take, a small little gift that you want to give, maybe a bottle of wine or anything, or maybe even make a dish from home and take it. But something you cannot walk in empty handed into anybody's house. If it's a best friend and you meet every day, no. But if somebody's invited you, this is something which I feel is really, really not prevalent in India, and it's something that we all must make a common practice, and we must start using this every time we are invited. We must take something, even like I said, if it's a small token, it goes a long, long way. Okay. Now, a lot of you, I'm sure. Thank you. Okay, no mobile etiquette at all these days. Yes, I absolutely agree with you. Even though I am such a mobile freak myself, but sometimes I get really irritated with people when they're outside and they're always on the phone. I really want to go shake them up and tell them that, do you mind, like, this is a social gathering and the sky is not falling and the world is not ending, that you have to be on the phone talking to somebody or messaging someone, unless it's an emergency, of course. I totally, understand that you have to be, but otherwise, no. It's too much for people to say sorry, thank you, excuse me, etc. Absolutely. And like I said, all of you who've got kids, please inculcate these words, these magic words in them from now on, because only if they learn them now, will they use them when they grow up? Because now is the time we have to make sure that we tell them that no, this is absolutely integral and imperative to do. Okay, thank you, Zubeda. Thank you, Sonal. Thank you so much for the good positive comments. I love it when I get such positive comments for my session. So thank you so much. Okay, I've got another couple of minutes before I end. Now, a lot of us also, socialize. We go to restaurants, we go to hotels, we socialize with through a lot of things, obviously. Now, today I thought, since a lot of you may be homemakers, a lot of you may be working, but at the end of the day, we all socialize, right? Now, when we socialize, there are some very basic, simple things. Absolutely. I so agree with you, Zubeda. These are words which can actually save relationships. So true. Very, very true. So, if you are sitting in a restaurant, now when you're eating at home, again, it is important. I do this. Maybe I'm an image consultant, a grooming and etiquette expert, so I'm a bit gung ho about these things. But I teach my kids about all this from a very young age. And if you can do it, why not? I would not say every day. It's not a parade every day. But at least when they go out, they need to know how to behave, how to sit, how to eat, how to handle their cutlery. A lot of people don't know how to handle their cutlery. A lot of people don't know how to. The biggest thing I feel is people don't know how to use their napkins. Okay. Now, your napkins is something which is always, always given to you when you are sitting on a table. I want to let me see how many of you actually know that how do you need where do you need to place your napkin? If you are in a restaurant, I'm sure all I don't have, all of you know that we need to remove the napkin from the plate. We don't leave it on the plate while the meal is continuing, but you remove it and you put it on your lap. You always put your napkin on your lap. Okay. And if you have finished your meal and somebody is still continuing their meal, you don't put it back on the table. You keep it on your lap till the other person's meal is not over. You wait. That's your way of showing that you are waiting for the person and you're not in a hurry to leave, or you're not in a hurry to ask the other person to finish their food. So you give them enough time and you just keep it on your lap like it was when you were eating. And once the other person is done, then you put it back on the table. Now, for some reason, if you need to use the washroom while you are in that restaurant with other people or with another person, then you always get up and leave the napkin at the center. Yes, absolutely. Well done, Zubeda, you knew it. So when you are getting up and going to the washroom, in that case, you always keep the napkin on the chair. Okay, so on the chair means you don't keep it on top there or on top or just hang it around the handles. No, you keep it in the middle of the seat. It is again a sign for the waiters that you are coming back. You have just gone to use the restroom, or you have gone maybe to attend an important call, and you will be coming back. So it's important to leave it there so that the waiters know that you are coming back. Also, when you are eating your food, you know that you always keep your forks and knives crossed. But when you finished your meal, again, depending on whether it's continental or Indian, you've got lots of different formal, dining types. But when you close your meal, you always put your fork and your knife together. Also, now I'm sure a lot of us love our drinks, a lot of us love our food as well. I love both my wine and my food. So whenever we are sitting in a restaurant, again, always remember that your bread, whether it is Indian or it is you're in a Italian restaurant or any Pan Asian restaurant, your bread will always be on the left hand side. Your meal will always be in the middle, and your water or your wine will always be on the right hand side. So the easiest way to remember is BMW. My wish list car, definitely. So BMW, easy to remember that you're always, and then of course you have your cutlery depending on, usually it's whatever course. If it's a course meal, a three-course meal, five-course meal, or seven-course meal, then your cutlery is always lined or put in such a way that you always start with your cutlery on the outside and then start moving to the inside. Okay, and if you don't feel that, if you're in a more formal restaurant, then for every different course that you will be getting, the waiter will be getting you a different plate and a different cutlery for every possible course. Okay, so that's about it, ladies. I have finished 1 hour. Wow, that went away really quickly. I can yap for hours and hours and hours. Arpana, I can talk for another hour. Okay, so ladies, thank you so much to each one of you for bearing with me and listening to me. I hope you girls enjoyed the session. And like I said, if you have any more questions on styling, on grooming, on etiquette, that is something I love talking about all the time. So please feel free to put up messages on this group, or I will be leaving my details at the bottom here. My social media handle, please do follow me on Parfait Image Consulting. My page is Parfait, Parfait Image Consulting on Instagram and social media. And I'm there as Bia Sandhu Taneja as well. I do come up with the Wednesday Wisdom, which I put up on the Wonder Women Connect every Wednesday, and it's also on my pages. I do a lot of other things on my pages as well. You will keep seeing if you start following me. So please do start following me. And thank you so much, Arpana, for having me here. I really thoroughly enjoyed the interactive session, really enjoyed all the questions that everybody has been asking, and I've loved the response. So thank you so much, ladies, for the overwhelming response. Really, really nice. And yes, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Minakshi. Thank you, Arpana. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. And please feel free to get in touch with me when you would, if you have any more questions. And please do follow my pages, Parfait Image Consulting and Bia Sandhu Taneja. Thank you once again, Arpana. It was a real pleasure. And thank you for having me on this wonderful, wonderful platform. Thank you.